Oh.
God, Coach, really? Oh, goodness, I love my guys. Good morning, everyone. It is Thinking Forward Thursday. We'd like to welcome everyone to the LCA call. Everyone is looking great by video. Hopefully, everyone that is via phone can hear me clearly. Once again, if anyone is new to the platform, new to the call, my name is JP. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of hosting this call Monday through Friday. This morning, we are still studying and reading from the book titled The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. You can download that book to your electronic device, or you can purchase the hard copy. If you choose to purchase the book, the hard copy, please purchase the updated version of that book, because that is the one that we'll be studying and reading from still. You will be hearing from two dynamic leaders, speakers, and authors this morning. The first voice that you will hear immediately after mine, and the face that you will see that if you are on the video platform, is Mr. Jamal Mumford. He is the published author of a book titled Success Now. Hence the title, Success Now. He helps individuals on a daily basis, such as myself, with their self-development, and he travels extensively doing that, guys. The next voice that you will hear after Mr. Mumford, and the next face you will see, is Mr. Motivator himself, Kemp Satchel. He also helps individuals on a daily basis with their self-development. He is the dynamic published author of a book titled Alcoholics versus Struggleholics. As you can see, I'm struggling this morning because I'm too excited. Alcoholics versus Struggleholics. And both of those books can be purchased, guys, on our website, lifechangingalliances.com. Lifechangingalliances.com. You can purchase both of those books. We also have a donation button on that website, and it goes out to our members that may be going through some life changes, maybe having some difficulties. So if you guys do not mind, please go to that website, make a donation. We're not asking for $200 or $300. We may have $2, $5, and $10. Just make a donation to the group and give back, guys, so that we can help our community. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to some Mr. Jamal Mumford. Mr. Mumford, are you still clear with us this morning, sir? I can't hear you. Coach, you need to unmute him.
Oh. What's that? He got him unmuted.
Good morning, sir.
I'm playing some oldies.
Hold on.
I hear the postman.
Hey, Mr. Postman. Something like that. Wait a minute.
I don't know how that.
Okay. All right. Well, somebody was playing. Somebody jamming this morning. It must be the net in her van. Down by the riverside. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, LC family. Everybody's looking good on their cameras. Look at all the ladies and two men. I tell you, that's all right. I don't mind being in the midst of all these ladies. Right, Chris? Right, Kevin? We're good.
There's
anyway,
4 of us.
Oh, no. And Terry. I see Terry. I forgot Terry over there. Yeah. Changing the gears. Still outnumbered, but that's okay. We want to welcome everybody to the call this morning in the class, and excited. It is Thursday, and the week is almost over, and we're really excited about what's taking place this week. Man, we're covering some good stuff. I mean, this book just getting better and better and better. I tell you, this is like the Bible of personal development when you look at this life and put it together. But I tell you, folks, that, yesterday I was just doing some reading, and early this morning I was up listening to some stuff. And I tell you, folks, there is so much to learn that it can make our lives just amazing. Can make our lives really amazing. As I was looking at some stuff that successful people just do. And it's amazing that you can really construct your life, JP. Chris, you can really construct your life. And, the gentleman said, whatever you have he said, you have bricks. If you take bricks from your last relationship, brings to your new relationship, you want to build the same house all over again. See, and it's like, you know, if you at some point, but see, it's saying that we construct our lives, so we construct our relationships, we construct our projects, we construct everything we do. It's us that constructing it. So, I mean, I was learning some stuff this morning that, like, I'm making some changes in my life, and I'm saying, wow, it's like a huge wow factor for me, because I thought I knew a lot, but man, I was just listening to some powerful stuff this morning, and as I'm taking this neuroscience class, learning about the brain and how the brain operates, it's an amazing thing, folks. I encourage you guys to, at some point in your life, to really do some true classes and study this stuff, because your life will just change like that. I mean, it will change like so fast. You know, when I look at what millionaires do, successful people do, and we're just not doing it. And really, I can get up every morning and I can construct the life that I want. If I want to have a little bit of sleep, I can learn how to operate on a little bit of sleep. If I want to have, look at your physical body. Your body doesn't take the shape that, oh, well, Jamal's in my genes. No, that's not how it works. Not how it works. Your body takes on the shape that you construct. You construct everything in your life, and you have to accept that. Because see, the minute we don't do that, then we allow outside forces to take over. And they say, if you don't stand up for anything, then you'll stand up for anything. Right? If you don't stand up for anything, then you will stand up for anything. You know, you allow anything to control you, and we got to, and personal development will allow you to take that stand. And Mr. Satchel, we were talking the other day, and we just keep coming up with these different scenarios of life, and people are going through, and we were going through different scenarios. We'll ask each other. Our new thing is asking each other questions, and we say, what would your response be? You know, he asked me something really powerful. You know, sometimes we'll get calls and we'll just, and not sharing people's business, we'll just ask, what would your response be? Sometimes I get like, whoa, I don't know how to respond. Because, man, and then he's like, right there, see, there he goes. Because right there, we're all going to respond. And sometimes we'll catch each other and say, no, you only understand it because you're consciously aware of what you would do. If I say, everybody, if somebody came in your room right now and cussed you out, how would you all respond? You all say, oh, I'll just be like, oh, it don't matter what they're going to say. Go, come on now. But at moment, you don't know what you would do. So what's going to be your response? And you can almost control your response. You can construct your response. So personal development is just like, it's just an amazing thing. And if you really grasp it, and don't let this call be the only way where you get it, you know, really get some good books, some good trainings out there. I'm telling you, this neuroscience class that I took, it totally changed everything I understand about people and about myself. And really digging, you can now really see why you do what you do. See, the main question is, why do you do what you do? Right? That's the question. You know, as much as you may think you're right or wrong, regardless, it's not a matter of that. Just why do you do what you do? Why do you go your hair the way you go? Why is your hair the way it is? Right? Why do you speak the way you speak? Why do you have the beliefs that you have? Are you a Democrat or you're a Republican? Why? Why do you hate Donald Trump? Why do you like Hillary Clinton? I mean, just why? Just ask yourself, why do I do what I do? And sometimes we realize that we're really just following somebody else. We're not even our true selves.
Ooh, that's
so,
good.
You know, we're not even our true selves. At the end of the day, most of us nothing but a copycat of somebody else. You know, and I told somebody, I was talking to a friend yesterday, and I won't say the person's name because I know it'll cause an uproar on the call. But I said, I said, my life is just like this individual. And she said, don't say that. I said, no, I am going to say that because I have designed my life that I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm going to be who I am. Call me the white boy in the black body if you want to. It don't matter. I don't care what you say. It don't matter. I'm going to be who I am, and it's okay, right? And I'm comfortable who I am, right? You guys come on a cruise. You're going to see me have a great time, right? And I'm going to be who I am, right? And I want you. And when you are who you are, that's your most happiest moment. Like Mr. Satchel, I told him, Tony Robbins said, it's about living a fulfilled life. Are you living a fulfilled life? And if you're not living a fulfilled life, that's because you're living somebody else's life. See, wow. if you're not fulfilled, which I'm not fulfilled, that's because you're living somebody else's life. Even your emotions, you got emotion, you got what somebody else, you got the emotion somebody else put on you. You're not living your emotions, because fulfilled life is that I'm never going to be depressed. I'm never going to be unhappy. I'm never going to be broke another day in my life, right? I'm going to always have money in the bank. All this is, because this is called fulfillment, and we should all be on a path to live fulfilled. So I would love every one of you to do that. Write down your life. Write it down. What would your life look like if you could have it your way? And we can have a break. It can be your way if you wanted to. So I'm going to end it right there. Turn the call to Mr. Satchel, Mr. Motivator. I wasn't going to share nothing. I just I don't know. I always pour you guys pulling on me. You guys be pulling on me. Like I could just feel it in the spirit. Pulling at my brain sometimes. Like, give us what you got. This is actually the cause dresser, Mr. Murray. The cause dresser. Take it over.
Wow. Woo. I had to say woo a few times on that. That I'm not going to say nothing. Right. First and foremost, good morning, LCA. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing fantastic and getting better every day on purpose. Miss Ray Ray. It is so good to see each and every one of you. Mr. Capers, welcome. Kezzy, welcome. Tarnice, welcome. Hello, Beverly. What's going on, Denise? She on bright and early this morning. All right. She don't get on until 5 minutes before we get ready to leave. Mr. Chris is over there with the boom whack hat on today, right? Doing his thing. Hello, there it is. What's that say? Dolphins. Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins. Somebody like erase that camera right now. That should say Eagles, young man. Eagles. Fly. Well, with that being said, we are excited on the day. First and foremost, I want to definitely appreciate those who donated. Miss Bridget Yelder and Mr. Jamal Stevens, who has donated to the LCA. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we put that button up because we know that people are always going to find life is just going to show up. And as a community, I believe this is our way of what? Giving back. And I want you to always think about it could happen to any of us. Am I making sense right now? It could happen to anybody. It could be life will show up. And at the end of the day, if we all come together, we can make a difference. So always think about who? Yourself. If nothing else, we're not saying, like we say, go out and do it. But like right now, we have somebody that's battling cancer. Right now, what if that was your daughter or somebody, and that's what the community is for? The one thing that we said, what was that young lady that we said got killed in jail? What was her name? Anybody remember her name? What was her name, Mr. Mumford? Out in Texas.
Sandra.
Well, y'all know Sandra, right? Sandra Bland. Thank you. And what if she was a part of a community like this? Could we have saved her life? Sure, we could have, right? It's no way that you should be around a bunch of people. The woman only needed $500 to get out of jail. And her family couldn't help her. Friends couldn't help her. Church group didn't help her. And at the end of the day, guess what? We could have helped her in a number of ways. And again, as we talk about personal development and things of that nature, it does take money to do everything. So guess what? Can you make a difference? Will that money come back to you? It will come back to you. See, this is the points and stuff that we're teaching. You can't work from a scarcity mentality. You got to be what? Boom, giving. I'm not going to say nothing else about it. It's up to you what you want to do. But I'm telling you, these are principles that work. And it doesn't mean this community. You might just want to give to a nonprofit. You might want to give to a bum that's on the street right now. Be a giver, and you're going to see a big difference in how life will just manifest for you. Is that making sense? So again, Bridget Yelder, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give it up for Miss Bridget and Mr. Jamal Stevens. We always say, celebrate the success, boom, and guess what? We are totally excited. And if again you want to do that donation, you just go on to LCA Life-Changing Alliances, lifechangingalliances.com. That's our website. That's not the Facebook. That's the website where you could go right up under, what is it? The purchase something products. You'll see a big old pink piggy bank. And that's your way of actually giving. So at the end of the day, I'm excited about this call. I woke up this morning. It wasn't this morning. It was last night. And I said, does anybody remember some of the stories that was on the beginning of this book, where there was a lot of testimonies and how people were saying after this book, their life just started really turning around? Anybody remember that part of the book? Well, there were a lot of testimonies on the front of this book, which really intrigued many of us. And I really, truly believe that there's somebody in this room or some bodies that's in this room that's at the brinks of a breakthrough. I mean, when I tell you their business, something is about to truly happen right around. I can see how the author is writing this book to the point that if you're following how this book is going and you're doing with it, it's almost impossible for it not to happen. Now, watch this. It will happen if what? You believe it will happen, right? So how many of you are expecting change from this book? And if you are expecting change from this book, will you, watch this, will you read the book differently? Listen to what I just said. If you're expecting something from the book, will you read this book differently? Right? I hope everybody's getting that. It's so imperative right now where this author is in the book. He's really talking about who? You. At the end of the day, changing you, building what? Self-esteem. If your self-esteem and your confidence is on point, do you think that would change your life? If you started speaking differently over your life, will it manifest something differently in your life? Yes or yes? Hopefully you understanding what I'm saying. As we're reading this book, I believe that right now we're at that point, Mr. Mumford, that somebody's life is going to take a major spin. It's going to take on a major spin. It's going literally, and I don't know if you're the one that's claiming that right now, like you woke up this morning just claiming change right now, manifestation and speaking it into existence. This is so key. I'm expecting something to happen for me right now. Am I making sense? And I mean right now. And I ain't talking about tomorrow. I'm talking about right now. Why? Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it really starts with who? You. If you're ready for your business to take on new channels, guess what? I'm expecting something to happen today that I don't know. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I'm telling you, if your confidence, if your words, do your words have power? Are you speaking with that level of expectancy for change on today? I'm serious today. I am serious today. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I know I'm speaking to somebody in this room. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to throw it up there. You can catch it. But at the end of the day, I got it. And I know something major is going to happen for me. How about you? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right back in here to this book. I just, at the end of the day, bam, I'm excited. And, woo, man, I felt that. Somebody just bless him right now for that. Let's thank him right now for that. Okay? And those who I'm talking to know what I'm saying. All right. So we are at rewarded your inner child in a sense of, so today we're going to start principle 27, keeping your eye on the prize. I'm going to mute everybody because I hear a whole lot of background noise. Woo. I'm still in that thing right now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm still there. All right. If you can read on today, go ahead on and unmute yourself. And
good morning.
Good morning. Keeping your eye on the prize. us. It's easy to be negative and unmotivated, but it takes some work to be positive and motivated. While there's no off button for those relentless tapes, there are things that you can do to turn down the volume and shift your focus from the negative to the positive. Did you just hear what I just said? See, it's easy to be negative and unmotivated, but it takes some work. It's easy to walk away from a relationship, isn't it? It's easy to speak down on your life and be unmotivated, isn't it? It's easy to really be broke, right? It's easy to not to do anything. It's easy to just simply come up with excuses. Am I making sense right now? But it does take some work to be positive. Like people will say, I'm positive and I don't like negative people, but guess what? Who's really being a negative person? Right? Yesterday we spoke on this. It kind of slapped some of us in our faces to the point that it said, guess what? You are the person attracting the crazy people into your life. Oh, they crazy. You attracted them. You're the one did it. Oh, I don't know what's wrong. I keep attracting married men into my life. What is going on? Ain't nothing. All of these people, ain't no good men out here. You attracting them no good Negroes. Right? You are attracting these people. Oh, this job, it gets on my nerves. Who's attracting that? The people on my job, they really work me. They just, oh my goodness, I don't know what's wrong with these people. Who's attracting that? Uh-oh. Yep, your job, your boss. I attracted it. Man, my boss get on my nerves. He make me sick. I can't stand that Negro. But guess what? At the end of the day, what did I do? I signed the application. I said, I want to work here. And I was so happy I had the job. Woo, woo, woo. I got the job. Woo, woo. I got a man. I got a woman in my life. Woo, woo. I got a new business. Yeah. It's easy to, look, was you excited when you got that new job knowing your bills was going to be paid on next week? Yeah, absolutely. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It takes some work to be positive. Go ahead, Miss Lynn.
Okay. Successful people maintain a positive focus in life no matter what is going on around them.
Stop right there. Everybody highlight that person. Everybody highlight that right there. Are you a successful person?
Yes.
Can we be honest? Like, can we really be, look, can we be honest about this? Are you a successful person? Based on that statement that they just said, are we successful people? Maintaining what?
A positive focus in life.
Let me look at these folks' faces right now. Are we positive? Are we successful? Are we successful? Riri said no. We successful, Beverly? See, it's easy to say, yep, yes, we are. Are we successful, Aaron? Yep, yes, we are. Danette, are we successful? Chris, are we successful? Are we people maintaining a positive focus in life no matter what?
Yes.
Come on. Am I talking to something? I just want us to face the truth. Because if we get this right here, it's going to make a difference. Yes or yes? Go ahead, Ms. Lynn.
They stay focused on their past successes rather than their past failures, and on the next action steps that will get them closer to the fulfillment of their goals rather than on all the other distractions that life presents to them. They are constantly proactive in the pursuit of their chosen objectives.
Go ahead, Lynn. What you got to say about that piece right there?
Well, this is the recipe right here, the formula to stay positive and maintain that positiveness in the face of adversity, no matter what's going on, to stay and remain positive. That's easier said than done.
Thank you. Go ahead.
No, that's it for the moment.
Is that easier said than done?
It's easier said than done. Like you just said.
Is that easier said than done? I will not speak that over my life. Is that easier said than done? Hold on. I'm just asking, seriously. That's what we say. Whatever you say, that if you believe that, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. You just said that? Is that what you said? See, that's one of them cliches. Easier said than done. And we don't even realize how we're actually speaking what? Into our own lives, right? That's what manifests. You just said it's easier said than done.
Yes, I did.
You believe that? You really believe that? Huh?
No.
Why you say it then?
Because I was making a point. I wasn't saying that I felt that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, come on, read. All I say, ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is personal development. You don't have to be, listen, when you said it, because it's already there, you just manifested your word. It starts with what? Your thoughts. Making that point is still speaking into your life.
Okay.
And listen, I'm not just picking on Lynn because I can do that because I love the heck out of her. And guess what? It is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, guess what? Those cliches, because Mr. Mumford and I was just talking, and you start asking yourself, what's really keeping me here? What's like really not taking me to those next levels? Are you following what I'm saying? And it's little things that we're doing that we're not even what? Aware of, right? You're doing it unconscious. It's like, how do you stay in the struggle? There has to be something that we're what? Unconsciously doing daily that's continuing the what? The process. Am I making sense? And again, this is personal development because at the end of the day, when we face the truth, we can then what? Better ourselves. Right? Yes, no, maybe so. All right, good. I love you, honey. Trust and believe, but guess what? It is not easier said than done. Go ahead. The most important 45 minutes of the day.
The most important 45 minutes of the day. An important part of any focusing regimen is to set aside time at the end of the day, just before going to sleep, to acknowledge your successes, review your goals, focus on your successful future, and make specific plans for what you want to accomplish the next day. Why do I suggest the end of the day? Because whatever you read, see, listen to, talk about, and experience during the last 45 minutes of the day has a huge influence on your sleep and your next day. During the night, your unconscious mind replays and processes this late night input up to 6 times more often than anything else you experience during the day. That is why cramming for school exams late at night can work, and why watching a scary movie before bed will give you nightmares. This is also why reading good bedtime stories is so important for children. Not just to get them to fall asleep, but because of the repeated messages, lessons, and morals of the story become part of the fabric of the child's consciousness. As you drift off to sleep, you enter into the alpha brainwave state of consciousness, a state in which you are very suggestible. If you drift off to sleep after watching the late news, that is what you'll be imprinting into your consciousness. War, crime, automobile accidents, rape, robbery, murder, gang wars, drive-by shootings, kidnappings, and corporate scandals. Think how much better it would be to read an inspirational autobiography or a self-improvement book instead. Imagine the power of meditating, listening to a self-help audio program, or taking the time to plan your next day right before you go to sleep. Here are 2 exercises that will keep you positively focused and moving forward at the end of the day.
Wow, wow, wow. Who just learned something today? Who just learned something? Now, this right here. What are most of us doing at the end of the day? What are most of us doing at the end of the day? How many of us actually fall asleep with the TV on? Okay, I got 3 hands. Nobody else, right? Anybody else? Anybody else ever? How many of us fall asleep reading a good book or literally writing down what the next day is going to bring, or consciously putting these things now, does this sound like this can make a difference, Mr. Mumford?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. I just said this to Yola, and she can actually vouch for it. I was like, when you do your to-do list in the morning. But when did he say do your to-do list? When did he say do your to-do list? At night.
I do mine at night.
Right? He said do yours at night. Now, if you are... Oh, my God. This is just really, this is so contrary to what I have been doing. It's like I'm out late at night. When I come home, what am I doing? Seriously. You just coming in from the turn up. What you doing when you get home? Oh, let me do my to-do list. Yeah, let me do my to-do list. Yeah. You doing a to-do list? No, you ain't doing no to-do list. But when you're really trying to move forward, right? And because we're not on a schedule, a lot of us will be up until we like doing like this. Anybody ever do this? Anybody ever do that? That book just fall on your face, right? You just fall asleep. Anybody do that? Is this an important piece of your life, ladies and gentlemen? Sure it is. Sure it is. It's little stuff like this that can tweak results. Is it going to happen overnight? Nah, it ain't going to happen overnight. But can we implement this from this book and what we have just learned? Can it make a difference? And I'm just being, again, I am so transparent. Listen, that's the last thing at nighttime when I'm laying in the bed. That is the last thing that I even thought about my last 45. I'm 52. I'll be 52, except that's the last thing I would have ever thought. See, I am here to personally what? Develop. Ain't no me lying and say, yep, that's what I do. Nope, that ain't what I do. And do you think I can become better now that I'm learning these type of things? Can I be a better person? Sure, I'm working on myself every single day on purpose to become a better person. That's what I come in this room for this hour. And if I ain't doing nothing, guess what I'm doing? Just wasting my time. And again, if it don't work for you, don't work for you. But guess what? I'm taking it. I believe. Go ahead, Lynn. What do you get from this? Lower.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, well, I mean, basically by doing it at night, doing your to-do list, or I mean, whatever you focus on those last few moments, you're going to carry that into your subconscious when you go to sleep. And I know I have a habit of sleeping with the TV on, and I'll wake up out of a dead sleep because I heard something, I guess, on the TV. So this will be a challenge to do something a little bit more positive and enriching right before I go to sleep. And, you know, and doing the to-do list, I guess now that I think about it, makes more sense to do it at the end of the day because you just finished the day, and it's easier to stop and reflect then about the things that you did do and the things that you didn't do that you want to carry over to the next day, as opposed to going to sleep and waking up in the first thing in the morning and then, you know, scratching your head, okay, what didn't I do yesterday? So I guess it kind of makes sense to do it, you know, at the end of the day proactively.
And he said it's not that over the thing of what he said. He basically said here the reason, because when you go to sleep, your brain goes, see, how many of us, I heard Mr. Mumford say he's studying neuroscience or something right now, right? But he says what happens during this process is that your mind goes into an alpha state. It says as you drift off to sleep, you enter into the alpha brain wave state of what? Consciousness. Now, I ain't never learned that in school. And I was just asking Lynn the other day, I said, every morning I wake up, you hear these daggone what? When you wake up, what do you wake up to? Anybody can tell me? These daggone infomercials, selling this, selling that, selling this, selling that. You wake up and it's like, oh, God, here we go. Oh, workout. All I hear and all I keep hearing is, you can take this, you can take that. And I wake up and at 7 o'clock, what have I done, Lynn? I think we should buy that. I think we should get that. I think we should have, see, even the infomercials, no, Mr. Mumford did share this with me, that they have psychologists that come on and do, is it like, the way they do commercials, the colors, the sounds, the airways. Has this anything to do with you, Mr. Mumford? I mean, just a person's life?
Absolutely. I mean, the mind, the brain is everything, is everything. So you look at commercials and, you know, you may look at a commercial and feel like it's not doing nothing to you, but everything is all about, they study on how to send subliminal messages to you. They don't care about your conscious mind. They care about your subconscious mind. And so they have proven, even when I was taking, you know, marketing classes in college, they did so many studies where they proved, like with Pepsi did a big campaign where when obviously Coke was doing very well, Coke was the first soda out. So when Pepsi came up, Pepsi to figure out how can they get their product sold. So they started doing these kind of commercials, and they saw how people will watch the commercial and they'll go in a grocery store. And all you guys do it. You don't even know you're doing it. You know, you'll go in a grocery store and you'll pick up an item and have no idea why you're picking the item up. Now you don't see, you constantly aren't thinking about it, but you do it subconsciously. You'll go in the aisle and you say, "Let me get a Pepsi today," you know, and that's how Pepsi got there. That's how Pepsi started. It's one of the first main marketing when they got psychologists that really know how people think, how they drive. So even in the grocery store, they purposely put the milk in the back. Because psychologically, they know that you're going to, while you're walking to the back to get the milk and the eggs, you're going to walk past certain things. So everything is all psychological. Everything is. And so I was going to say this, when you're looking at this chapter here, you know, Jim Rohn said it best when I heard this. This is why I do my daily and before I go to bed every night. And he says, see, this is how, remember I said at the beginning of the call, you can construct your life. So why bad things don't happen to me? They say, why bad things always happen to me? See, bad things don't happen to me because I construct my day the night before. So he said, you should have your day ended before you begin it. See, my day is already ended before I begin it. So I already knew last night I'm going to go to the gym. I already know I'm going to run 5 miles. I'm going to lift weights, right? I know I'm going to stretch. I know I'm going to do, right? I know I got an appointment at 12 o'clock. I know I got an appointment at 5 o'clock. I know I got an event at 7:30. I know I got a call at 9 o'clock. See, my day is already ended before I begin it. So the universe can't, it's almost like the forces of evil, if you want to say that, can't even come into my life because I have a shield of positivity. I have a wall around me that's already constructed it. So nothing, I don't have no space for any bad things to happen. This is deep. It's spiritual. It's really deep. But it's a psychological thing, and you will manifest what you think about. So if you go every night thinking about what your next day is going to be, guess what? See, I'm gonna sound two prospects. When I say it, I do it. Right, I'm gonna make calls. I get up in the morning and I charge myself with information. Right, I'm listening to a leader this morning about how to build a team. So I'm gonna put to practice something he said do today. Right, see, it's like you can construct it, and when your brain gets to that level, folks, see, this is why I say successful people remain positive at all times. Because see, Mr. Satchel, if I know where I'm going, right, I always give an example. If I'm driving from here to Florida, listen, I'm not gonna take any detours. Right, I'm not getting off the road because I know 95 South straight down will get me to Miami, without question. And that's your life right now. So I stay positive because now negative is when you want to go to Miami and you don't have a roadmap. You don't have a map, right? So you just living life aimlessly. You living life by happenstance, and most of us live life by happenstance. So if I ask all of you, what are you going to do? What is your day going to be like today? Right? You should have a physical regimen in your weekly routine. I already know what days I want to work out most of the time before the week even begins. Right? It's not like, oh, Jamal, I don't have no time today. So whenever somebody say I don't have the time, that's the worst thing you could do. If you ever say to yourself you don't have the time, especially your project, when somebody says I don't have the time, that's the worst affirmation. That's the worst way to live, to ever say you don't have the time. And you would think as busy as I am, Mr. Satchel I am, but guess what? I can still sit here if I want to, watch 3 hours of TV if I wanted to, because I make sure I always have time for other things. You should never be living that way. Back to you, sir.
Wow. That's good right there. So are you living your life on purpose or happenstance?
But the hands are raised here, man. You got some people with their hands raised.
Okay, hold on. We just going to finish this chapter because it's real short.
Okay.
Lynn, if you could finish reading for me the 2 things that you can do for this, the evening review.
The 2 things that you can do?
It says the evening review.
Oh, okay. The evening review. This is a powerful exercise to help you more quickly install a new positive behavior, like punctuality, habit, like listening more, or quality, like patience or mindfulness. You'll be amazed at how fast this technique can lead to permanent change. Sit with your eyes closed, breathe deeply, and give yourself one of the following directions. Show me where I could have been more effective today. Show me where I could have been more conscious today. Show me where I could have been a better, and then fill in the blank, fill in the profession, your profession, manager, teacher, coach, salesperson, etc. today. Show me where I could have been more loving today. Show me where I could have been more assertive today. Show me where I could have been more, and then fill in any quality or characteristic today. As you sit calmly in a state of quiet receptivity, you'll see that a number of events from the day will come to mind. Just observe them without any judgment or self-criticism. When no more events come to mind, take each incident and replay it in your mind the way you would have preferred to have done it had you been more conscious and intentional at the time. This creates a subconscious image that will help evoke the desired behavior the next time a similar situation occurs.
Go ahead.
Create your ideal day. Another powerful tool to keep you focused on creating your life exactly as you want it to be is to take a few minutes after you have planned your next day's schedule and visualize the entire day going exactly as you want it. Visualize everyone being there when you call them, every meeting starting and ending on time, all of your priorities being handled, all of your errands being completed with ease, making every sale, and so on. See yourself performing at your best in every situation you will encounter during the next day. This will give your subconscious all night to work on creating ways to make it all happen, just as you have visualized it. We all know now, we also now know that every thought you think is broadcast out into the universe on what my friend and success coach Robert Scheinfeld calls the inner net. So when you are visualizing your ideal day, you are also sending out your intention to the other people involved through what the physicists call the quantum field. Get into the habit now of visualizing your ideal next day the night before. It will make a huge difference in your life.
Go ahead, Lynn.
I like the exercise that that he has outlined here. I'm gonna try it and see how it works. It makes sense that, once you wind down and you're in a quiet place and you're like calmly reflecting on your day and looking for opportunities where you could have been more effective, or you could have performed better or been more loving. I look forward to actually putting this into practice and trying this. And to create your ideal day, I don't know if Jamal just got ahead of himself or is he just, just psychic as always. But exactly, what he was talking about, what he just was talking about, the day before or that evening, when you're thinking of your to-do list and you're going down each item that you have to do for the next day, just like envision everything in that day going as planned and, going as planned the way that you would like for it to play out. And, through the night, through your subconscious, your brain is going to work on all of that and you will see a better result in the coming day ahead. I just had the example yesterday. It happened to me. I did not write down that I was supposed to go to training. And because I didn't write it down, it wasn't foremost on my mind. And I usually write it down or print it off, and I'll have it taped to the wall at eye level. I'll even have a little reminder on a computer, and I didn't do that. And I almost missed the training. So this is an area that I have opportunity to work on.
Wow. Laverne, you're unmuted. Laverne, did you want to say something? Guess not. All right. Miss Sabrina, were you just raising your hand to read?
Well, I was, but I'll go ahead and give input on what Lynn read.
Go ahead.
Because that was very good. The part about listening to the TV, I am so programmed that I need the TV on to sleep at night. And when we read the book, Shad Helmstetter, the self-talk book, I downloaded, he has some audio programs, and one of them is called Self-Talk for Network Marketing. So I downloaded that to my phone, and I would turn my TV all the way down and listen to that at night because I needed a lot of help. But I've lost all those, so now I'm back to listening to TV. And funny you should mention it, I went to sleep listening to infomercials, so I'll be putting it on something else at night when I go back to sleep until I can get my self-talk audios again, because I didn't really realize that I was putting that in my, even though I knew I was putting the self-talk audios in my head, I didn't associate that to the TV. I just kind of ignored that part, but I'll be adjusting that. And then for the part where they talked about that positive, successful people maintain a positive focus.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really good, because I noticed that sometimes I get stressed, and when I get stressed, I can feel my body tensing up. I'll get knots in my stomach, and I know when it's coming, and I'll be stagnant. So what I've started doing since we started the affirmations, when I feel it coming, I'll analyze why I'm stressed, and then I'll use my self-talk. Well, why are you getting upset? Things always work out better for you than you expect. And I'll just keep repeating that until the knots in my stomach go away, and then I can function again, because I don't function well when I'm stressed out. So that self-talk is really good to help me with some of these situations.
Clap, clap, clap. The sale has been adjusted.
Mr. Satchel, and I wanted to say this for everybody, because I'm not a proponent of, that's just me personally, and everybody can disagree with me. This is my personal viewpoints. This is Jamal's personal viewpoints. Everybody say Jamal's personal viewpoints. I'm not a person of believing in getting rid of things. I'm believing on try to take things and use what you're already doing and just make a little alteration to it, because it's like dieting. Like, I don't believe in dieting, because dieting doesn't work, because if you just stop eating, your brain says to yourself, hold on a second, we're not eating. And that's why most people can't lose weight, because dieting is not proper. It's not proper to your body, you know? So your body, because your body psychologically thinks that you're starving it. And when your body thinks it's being starved, it slows down your metabolism. That's why most people don't lose weight from dieting. So just like when you look at, okay, I watch TV every night before I go to bed. Well, how can we use that? Because if your brain has been, to my brain here, if your brain has been used to you having the TV on when you go to sleep, okay, remember how your brain works. I'm studying this stuff. When you try to go to sleep now, you're gonna have a hard time sleeping, because your body has got conditioned to having a TV on. So what you want to do is just change what you're listening to, right? Because they have proven that your subconscious mind never goes to sleep. So what I used to do back in the day is I would play stuff while even this morning. I woke up early this morning, and this series, I'm trying to go through this series. So what I did was, I knew I was gonna fall back to sleep. I knew that. I got up way too early. So I put it on. I put it on chapter 7, and I woke up, it was chapter 13. Now, what I do know now, I didn't get mad at myself saying, "Oh, Jamal, you fell asleep on this book." No, I know that that audio was still going into my subconscious mind. So you guys, all you gotta do, like Sabrina said, just play something at night, you know, and actually you may go to sleep, and your brain is actually working. So utilize the TV, utilize the radio, utilize the cell phone. I mean, your cell phone is great. I see what mine's next to my ear. You know, probably shouldn't do that, but I always do. And you could put an audio on while you're sleeping. Just put something on. You know, so like I said, because you don't have to turn the TV off, but maybe put something on that's going to be positive thinking. You know, they call it white noise. You know, even to meditate at nighttime. This CDs out you could buy called white noise. You know, that helps your body to relax while you are sleeping. It helps you go into that REM state. There's Brittany got her Jack Canfield on her phone. See, there you go, Brittany. So she could play tonight. So just something to help you guys out. Just like, you know, sometimes, you know, we try to do things so drastic, and that's why sometimes we have a hard time maintaining, you know, drastic movements. I believe in gradually working your way out of things. That's my own point. Maritza. Oh, okay. Great idea. HTT.
All right. Awesome. Anybody else? Go ahead, Bridget.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Good morning. I just wanted to say that when Sabrina was just talking about being stressed in the business that I'm in of driving, this business is very, very, very super stressful at times. And the other day, oftentimes, not just the other day, most of the time, I can literally feel in my body, like in my legs and my arms, my whole neck is like, while I'm driving, it's almost like I have to do this constantly, because I can feel the stress on my body from taking in that thing and internalizing what has just happened to me. So the other day after class, I started to talk to myself say to myself that I was going to do something different today that I could be able to celebrate. So when something happened to me that day, I stopped and I got quiet. And I turned off my phone and I laid in my bed in my truck and I just got quiet. And I had to just literally tell myself out loud that to calm down, that everything's going to work out. Calm down, everything's going to work out. And I literally shifted my whole mindset by talking to myself. Jamal taught us this when we were reading the last book about changing our thoughts. Like, we literally change our thoughts by what we say. A lot of times we'll try to change the thoughts by what we're thinking, but you can't change a thought with a thought. So for me, it worked to the point of I'm now taking.
Is it me or is it Bridget?
I'll give it a say. I think it's Bridget. Go ahead, Bridget.
She's breaking up on my end, maybe just me.
It's like opening me up to a whole different way of thinking about. Can you hear me?
No. Your satellite on your truck ain't working. Turn it up.
Hello?
Turn the satellite around. Go up on the top of that truck and move it.
Yeah, she's gone.
Go ahead, Rashina. Oh, gosh. Rashina?
Okay, here I go. Wasn't sure you can hear me. Let's see, talking about when I pressed it. Some time ago. Basically, I'm trying to recall what it was that I was going to say. It'll probably come back to me. But basically, I'll elaborate on this of what I do. At nighttime, I mirror basically what Jamal was saying as far as setting up for the next day. Because I find that I'm more productive when I do that as opposed to waiting until the morning. And I make it intentional to listen to Jack Canfield. If it's not Jack Canfield, then it's Joel Osteen. And some people may not be fans of his, and that's fine. Hate me if you want. But I listen to him as well as T.D. Jakes. So out of the three of those leaders, I listen to at night to kind of get me in the mood to be able to rest. And as I have shared with you and a few others that's on the call, that a lot of times when things are manifesting in my life, I get visions through my dreams, which is something that I've always had as even growing up as a child. I would dream of something and then it would happen. And then I'll be sitting there like, wait a minute, it's like deja vu. And so to me, I look at it as a gift from God because he shows me what's going to happen to prepare me. Right now, I'm going through a transitional change as far as in my career, where I was showing the vision of what was going to happen. And it wound up happening that evening of me getting a phone call to fly out to the West Coast for an interview. And then in the dream, it showed me the hotel that I was going to stay at, and it showed me the floor that I was going to be staying on, and then the floor of the location where I was having the interview. So all of that manifests in itself within that week, which was amazing to me because it was like, okay, God, look, that's why I always say, Jesus, take the wheel, because he guides my footsteps because of the spiritual connection that I had with him and because of the journey that I'm on, and that I'm so intentional about my steps of, you know, in my career, in my businesses, things of that nature, that he shows me what I need to do. Now, if I decide that I'm disobedient and not follow his guidelines and decide to go the opposite way, then I have no one to blame but myself, because he didn't already show me the vision. So it's like, just sit back and just follow everything that I tell you to do. The woman, I actually had a 3-person panel. The young lady from Human Capital called me on Monday. As soon as I got back out, I was actually on my way to catch my flight to Los Angeles. And she called me and said, oh, I just want to follow up with all the candidates just to see if they have any questions. They never do that here. So I'm like, okay, God, that's you telling me that I got it. Because no one ever, and I've been on several interviews, no one ever follow up and say, hey, just want to check to see if you have any questions. Never, ever. So I was like, okay, I see that things is going in my favor. Yesterday, today's Thursday, so Tuesday, I get a message from one of my counterparts out there, one of my business partners, and he's like, hey, they just asked me about you, and I gave you a glowing review. So as I said, God will always give you favor when you are in alignment with him.
Wow. Wow. You know what? I was just sitting, thank you so much, Rashina. I was just sitting here listening to her orchestrate her life. Did y'all hear that? She just orchestrated it. It was like there was nothing that she said that was going to sabotage whatever. Like if you listen to the way she speaks, very orchestrated in the direction that she wants her life to go. And at the end of the day, your beliefs are your beliefs. And no matter, just like she just said, they never do that. How do she know they never do that? But in her mind, they never do that. Do you follow what I'm saying? It's like, has she ever interviewed for that particular position before? No. So she don't know who, at this point, you went all the way out to Los Angeles, but listen to what she's saying and how she's orchestrating it in, she's manifesting it into her life. And that used to seem like, oh, wow, yeah, who was to hear that? But ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you can learn from what you listen to, and you can hear a major difference in people who have a whole lot of anxiety versus a whole lot of people who are having success. I hope y'all heard that. I wanted to bring that out. Outstanding statement. Thank you. Y'all want to clap it up for Miss Rashina. And I'm already claiming the success at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Who else do we have? Anybody else that wanted to speak that did not get a chance? And if you're on the phone, you can actually unmute yourself by hitting *6. That's it. That's what it is. Or if you're on your phone. All right. Well, guess what? I have to go, but we want to definitely thank each and every one of you today for joining us on this class, right? At the end of the day, did y'all have a good time? Yeah, right. Smile for the camera on purpose, Michelle. That's right, I see you. Michelle, oh, there's two Michelle. Michelle. Oh, that's Young Mike. I like to call her Young Mike. Young Mike. Who is Young Mike? And Michelle, Jules, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming on today. At the end of the day, guess what? Outstanding class. Mr. Mumford, I am complete, sir. And I'll turn this call over to you.
Out of time, gotta go. You guys have a great day. Insightful Fridays tomorrow.
Deuces. Hey, Sharon. Good to see you. Well, for that second. Hey.